Hey everybody, welcome to Quaintown. Today we're going to be talking about some of the cards that are coming up in Azurite Sea. Azurite Sea comes out on November 15th, and there are a ton of new cards with some very unique abilities that I personally want to talk a little bit about. And without further ado, let's just get into it. One of the first cards I want to talk about is You Came Back. This card is an emerald card, costs 3 ink. It is uninkable, but I think it has a very unique ability. It just lets you ready chosen character. Typically, most of the cards that let you ready a chosen character usually come with some sort of caveat. For instance, they can't challenge for the rest of the turn. They can't quest for the rest of the turn. And so this card right here lets you just ready them, giving you the opportunity to quest, giving you the opportunity to challenge another character. Or what I think is really cool, there are a lot of characters out there that have like a special ability where you have to exert them in order to use that ability, and this gives you the opportunity to use that twice, which is super awesome. A lot of the other cards that let you ready a chosen character will obviously give them the ability to, use that special ability more than once in a turn, but this gives you options. You can use that ability again, or you can challenge, or you can quest. And so it has a lot of flexibility, and I think that the flexibility is really what's going to be the key to this card being amazing. Alright, so let's see. The next card I want to talk about, Daisy Duck Pirate Captain. Daisy Duck Pirate Captain, also emerald, 3/3, 4 ink. She is inkable, but she can quest for 2, and she has a unique ability. Whenever one of your pirate characters quests while at a location, draw a card. What I think is actually kind of interesting about this is typically when you see abilities like this, they'll say when one of your other pirate characters quests at a location, draw a card. So she's already a pirate, and she already has the built-in ability to where she can be the one that lets you draw a card when she's at a location. So that's already going to be useful. Also, I've been wanting to put a pirate deck together. I feel like the pool of pirates has been kind of thin. I haven't really had enough pirates to choose from to really make a viable deck, and with this new set, it seems like they're focusing a decent amount on pirates. So I'm excited for that, especially because we've got Jolly Roger that's out already. Pirates can move to Jolly Roger for free. And then Jolly Roger, on top of that, gives any character there Rush. So being able to drop a pirate, move him to Jolly Roger for free, and then challenge somebody immediately, or the next turn, quest, and then draw a card, that's phenomenal. Also, on brand for pirate decks, you've got On Your Feet Now. You've got Captain Hook, On Your Feet Now. That card, it is uninkable, 4 ink, I think, and it's ruby, so you're going to have to do like an emerald ruby combo deck, but I feel like those cards will be synergizing really well. You can drop Daisy Duck, you have a couple pirates on the canvas, you have Jolly Roger on there, you can give all of your pirates Rush, and then draw cards, and then like I said with On Your Feet Now, unexert them all, you ready all your characters, and then do it again. It's going to be a lot of fun, it's going to be a lot of card draw, you're going to be filling your hand, you're going to be gaining a lot of lore. Every pirate that you drop is going to be a threat to any other characters on the canvas at the time, and so, I don't know, I feel like that's going to be a lot of fun. So, excited about that one. Another character, Captain Amelia, commander of the Legacy. She can't be challenged by pirates. While being challenged, your other characters gain resist +1. So it's kind of like Cogsworth, only that resistance only kicks in when being challenged. So, you've got actions that deal damage, and then you can challenge other characters on your turn. That resistance isn't really going to help you at the time, but I really feel like having one or more of these on the field can really be a bit of a game changer, especially if you've got a lot of characters who are questing every turn. You're trying to put lore up on the board, but you're having trouble keeping them protected. When you have those decks that have just a ton of low willpower but high lore characters, and you're just trying to hit that 20 mark as fast as you can, having something like this I think would be very, very helpful, especially with, in my opinion, the fact that there's going to be a lot of pirates coming out in the new meta, a lot of pirate decks. There's just so much synergy that I feel like it would be odd not to see it. So, going to be a very helpful card here for Steel. She's 1/4 for 4 ink. She is inkable, so if she's not usable at the time, you're going to just drop her in your inkwell. But she does quest for 2 lore. So again, another card that I'm kind of excited about. Going back to the pirate theme, we've got Moana, Kakamora leader. She is a 6/5 for 7 ink, but she is inkable, so you get her in your opening hand and you don't feel like you need her right away. Drop her into that inkwell. But she does have shift for 5. And there are a handful of Moanas that are lower ink cost that you can potentially shift her onto. The thing I like about her is her bomb ability. I feel like this has the potential of getting you a lot of lore in one turn. When you play this character, you may move any number of characters to the same location for free. You gain 1 lore for each character moved. So mid to late game, if you've got a decent amount of characters in play and a location, you can pop her on the canvas, and then before you know it, you get a huge amount of lore really quick and easy, and then quest on top of that. I think that this is a card right here that's gonna be a game changer mid to late game. Alright, so now we're moving on to the islands I pulled from the sea. This card right here, I've been looking for a way to get that specific location out of my deck and onto the field. This just puts any location card in your deck into your hand. It only costs 3, it is uninkable, but it's an action and a song. So you can sing this thing. You can put that location in your hand, and then you can use the ink you haven't played to play it. Especially like, for instance, we were talking about Daisy Duck and Jolly Roger earlier. If you are missing that Jolly Roger or any location in a deck that's running Ruby, this card can be exactly what you need to get that combo on the field. So this is something that I'm also pretty excited about. It's like, where's that location that I need? Oh, there it is. Boom, and then just start making moves. So that's something that I'm looking forward to as well. I personally do have like a Sugar Rush deck that I'm working on. When you have a lot of locations that synergize well with your characters, sometimes playing those locations can kind of put you a little bit further back in the game. You're spending your turn playing those locations, and some of the better ones don't really gain you lore at the beginning of your turn. But with Vanilla B. Von Schweetz, Gutsy Go-Getter, this is a 2/3 for 3 ink. She is inkable. She quests for 1, but I really love her ability. At the start of your turn, if this character is at a location, draw a card and gain a lore. The location decks that I've been playing that splash Ruby in there, one of the downsides is I don't have enough card draw. I end up sacrificing my characters early on for ink. I get those locations on the field, and then I'm out of characters and I have all these locations and nobody to move there. So I'm excited about this. I can get her on the field pretty early, turn 3, and if you're running Sugar Rush Speedway starting line, that only costs 1, so you're going to be able to play her turn 3, move her to Sugar Rush for free, and then at the start of your next turn, you're already drawing an additional card, you're gaining lore, and if you potentially get 2 of her on the field, maybe even 3, you're drawing so many cards every turn that it can really, really, really be a game changer, and you don't even have to quest with her. You can just leave her on a location and then just get that card draw every single turn and not leave her vulnerable to being challenged. So going to definitely have 4 of this in every single location deck that I have that splashes Ruby. Gotta have that card draw. And then also she poses a potential threat for your opponent who starts exerting their characters when she can take them out, because that 3 willpower can be tough enough to keep her alive. So really, really excited about this one. Speaking of locations, talking a little bit earlier about Sugar Rush Speedway starting line, now we have Sugar Rush Speedway finish line. This is an Amber card. If you're running Amber, this is going to be a card to play. It costs 2, it is uninkable, and it comes with a hefty cost, 6 ink to move a character here. If you're running cards like Sugar Rush Speedway starting line, which let you move a character from that location to another location for free, this is a phenomenal card. When you move a character here from another location, you can banish this location, gain 3 lore, draw 3 cards. 3 lore and 3 cards is amazing. Especially if you can do that on like your 3rd or 4th turn. Huge card advantage early in the game. The main downside to that is historically most location cards, once they go into your discard pile, they're gone. Like, they're gone. There's no way to bring them back. In the first 5 sets, I haven't seen any way of really bringing any locations back from the discard into your hand. In Azurite Sea, we've got Minnie Mouse Pirate Lookout. She can start putting those locations back into your hand. You're playing a deck that uses locations and your opponent starts taking them out, and you needed those for your synergy, you needed those for your deck, you needed those for your combos. Put her on the field. She says once per turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, you may return a location from your discard to your hand. Phenomenal. I really thought that when we saw this mechanic, we were going to see it in the form of like an action or maybe like an item that you had to banish to get that location back into your hand. They've got it in character form. Minnie Mouse. She is going to be able to bring back a location every single turn as long as you're able to put an ink into your inkwell. And it doesn't even have to be from your hand. It can be from a card where whenever they're banished, they get put into your inkwell. Boom, you get a location back. So especially if you're using something like Sugar Rush Speedway Finish Line, where you banish the location in order to use its ability, or like Pride Lands, when you banish the location to use its ability, you're going to be able to bring those back and keep that synergy going. So I'm so jazzed about Minnie Mouse. I'm really excited to see this one. So I'll definitely be playing some Minnie Mouse in pretty much any location deck I have that splashes Ruby. Again, she's a 3/2 character. She's uninkable, which is frustrating, but you know, with an ability this good, they have to make her uninkable, I feel like. But she only costs 3 ink to play, and that's going to be a phenomenal character. Whew. Alright, I'm getting excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting excited for Azurite Sea. The next card here that I'm really excited about is Simba, Pride Protector. This guy's a 4/4, quest for 2. He costs 5, he is uninkable, but you can shift him onto the board for 3. So I'm the kind of person who likes to play with Simba. I have Simba in my steel decks. I have Simba in my amber decks. I know that there's a 1 cost for steel and a 2 cost for amber, so having a Simba 4/4 that quests for 2 that can shift for 3 means this guy's going to be hitting the board very quick. And I really like his ability, especially because it goes so well with his name, Pride Protector. So his ability at the end of your turn, if this character is exerted, you may ready your other characters. So it's not quite the same as Bodyguard. I do kind of like it better than Bodyguard, although you can't play him and then exert him immediately. However, once you've waited a turn, once he's dry, you can go ahead and quest for him. You're going to be questing with him every turn anyway because he's got 2 lore whenever he quests, and then you can go ahead and quest with everybody else. What's going to happen at the end of your turn, everybody else except for him is going to ready, and they are now protected, which is kind of why I say I kind of like this a little bit better than Bodyguard. Obviously, the turn you play a character with Bodyguard, you can leave them exerted and then they're protecting everybody. But if your opponent's got enough characters on the field to take out your Bodyguard, they can then take out everybody else through challenges. So having this guy on the field, questing him every single turn, and then questing with everybody else, they're all going to ready at the end of your turn. They're all going to be protected. And so he's got his eye on the prize and his eye on his pride, so he's got your back. So that one I think is going to be really fun. Again, just having a 4/4 on the board by turn 3, especially, splashing him into a steel deck. You've got the 1 cost Simba, already helps you draw a card and discard a card, so you're going to be cycling through some cards trying to find the best thing to put in play. Again, if you're using a Pride Lands deck, you're probably going to have steel splashed with amber anyway, because you're going to want to discard some sort of character that you can bring back from the discard when you can banish Pride Lands. I'm talking about the Pride Lands location, where if you have 3 characters there, you can banish it and bring something back. Wonderful synergy there. So definitely want to be putting that in my Pride Lands deck. Second to last here, one of the ones I wanted to talk about today is Diablo. Wait, Diablo? Another one? Here we go again. Okay. Oh boy. Another Diablo. It's a 1 ink Diablo. He is inkable, 0/1. When this character is banished, you may draw a card. So not bad. Not bad for a 1 drop. I do love any abilities that let me draw cards, especially when they're cheap. He's going to quest for 1 every single turn. Your opponent may not even want to attack him because they don't want to give you that card advantage, but even if they do, boom, extra card in your hand. So it's going to let you put 1 or 2 lore on the board before he's taken out, help you to kind of work through your deck and get more important cards. So, and you know, we've got another shift target for the Emerald Diablo. I mean, yay? Yeah, it depends. I don't really play any Emerald Diablo decks, so that's it's not good news for me. But once I start putting something together that's Amethyst Emerald, this Diablo is absolutely going in there. Even if I'm just playing regular old Amethyst, I feel like having 4 of these in your deck is going to be fabulous just for that 1 drop and the card advantage. Alright, I'm getting excited, I'm running out of breath, but last but not least, drum roll please. The last card I'm excited about is a common. Yes, a common. And that is Stitch, Little Trickster. I'm a huge Stitch fan. I love seeing Stitch show up in almost every set, and this guy especially. So he's 2 ink, he is inkable, and is a 1/3. So early game, you're going to get him on the board really, really quick, but mid to late game, if you've got ink to just dump into this character, he's going to be breathing fire. He's going to be able to take out just about any large character, just about any huge threat, as long as you have the ink to match their willpower. And I feel like a lot of characters, they may have a lot of power, but their willpower isn't all that great, especially when they're big threats. And so, you know, you've got something with 6 willpower, you just pump 5 ink into him, and then boom, he's gone. So I really, really like him. I think I'm going to be picking him over a lot of other 2-drop inkable characters for Emerald in just about any Emerald deck that I play, just because of his potential for damage. So, like I said, he's very versatile. Early game, you can get him on the field quick. Mid to late game, bomb. So that's one of my favorite cards, and I know it's a common, but I'm still jazzed about it, so I just wanted to share that with y'all. Let me know in the comments, what are some of the cards that you're excited to see from Azurite Sea? And what are some of the mechanics that you're excited to see? Let me also know what are some of the mechanics that you want to see in the future in the next couple sets that we have coming out. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Again, thank you so much for visiting Quaint Town. Really appreciate you. If you guys are not already a townsfolk, please hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you as part of our community here. And as always, much love, happy questing, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.